Today we are going to talk about the bubble. All right, guys, today we are going to talk about the real estate bubble. First thing off, my name is Charles, West USA Realty, Team Kimball, and we do this every single month to go over the stats and numbers, and we want to actually see if there's a real estate bubble, at least from what we can tell. In regards to our numbers, we go over our 5 major things: active listings, listings sold, our median price per square foot, our months of supply, and also our median days on market. So this will paint a picture of our investments and of our properties to show what do we need to do? Is it right to buy? Is it right to sell? And we talk about interest rates and all that stuff. So without further ado, we go into the West Valley of Arizona, pretty much everything west of the airport, including Phoenix. And we go over all of our homes. So for your particular city, you can always go ahead and click, and we have each city broken down. So first, we're going to get into our active listings. They're actually up 54%. We have Buckeye, Levine, and Goodyear all almost over 100% for each of those cities as far as our active listings. So there's actually more homes that are available for sale, which may skew to say that there's a bubble. So with that being said, our sold listings are actually down 1.6%. So we're selling less, 1.6%. So what that means is that it does, based off just those two stats, it looks like that whole bubble thing might be coming true. So median sales price per square foot is actually up 32%. We're still seeing historical growth year over year, even month over month when it comes to our housing prices, which also may show that there's a bubble. So when we get into our months of supply, we're actually up 56.7% when it comes to our months of supply. Now this is our inventory. This is kind of like our absorption rate. How fast, when those homes come up, like those listings and all that stuff, when they hit the market, how fast are they being absorbed? That demand part of that supply and demand equation. And months of supply, we're at 0.44 of a month, so not even a month yet. So I've said this before, said this a million times, a healthy, stable market is anywhere from 3 to 6 months of inventory. And when we have that much, it's a whole lot easier. You're not having the buyers not being able to find anything. You're not having sellers needing to discount their prices that much either, as far as doing fire sales like what happened with the crash last time. So the inventory overall is still low, but it is up about 50% from what it was last year. So what that means is we're doubling. Before we're at like 0.28 of a month, which is like, what, a week, 2 weeks, week and a half, something like that. But then median days on market, we're actually down 10%. So they are selling a little bit faster than they were this time last year. That's about 18 days on the market, which is still lightning fast. So when I'm looking at all these numbers as a whole, I don't see a bubble, so to speak, happening right now. I do see things slowing down just a tad, just a little bit, so that the buyers aren't having to throw as much cash at property. So instead of like $60,000 to get the house for something special, it's more like $30,000, although that still sounds like a lot. But ultimately, it is starting to slow down. And with that being said, we were going about 100 miles an hour, and now we're going like 85. We're still over the speed limit. So as far as a bubble and things like that, I think this is gradual. I think things are happening very gradually. Interest rates have already gone up. So the new norm is a 5% interest rate. So when you guys are seeing this stuff, this whole picture, it still hasn't stopped or crashed the market. I think the bubble would have already popped at this point. Who knows what the future holds, but in regards to a bubble, even if there is some type of correction, I don't see these prices going down. There's a lot of talk about people abandoning new build homes and canceling and all that stuff. I have no data, no tangible things to support any of that, at least here in this market. Maybe in the future, who knows what it'll hold. I record these videos. I don't delete them. We can go back to the ones from last year. Knock on wood, been pretty good so far. So if you have questions about your house, if you should buy, sell, if this is the right time, everybody's situation is different. Feel free to shoot me a DM and put a comment in here. Do you agree? Do you agree that there's not a bubble? So I will talk to you soon. This is Charles, West USA Realty, Team Kimball.